Hello, my beautiful Cancers, and welcome to your Scorpio season reading. It is Blair with the Oracle of Atlantis. So, Scorpio season is a time of self-reflection, shadow work, and rebirth. So, let's get into your reading. So, the first card out, we have number 14, the energy of the scepter. So this is what is haunting you. So the scepter connects to a desire for prominence in life, a desire for position or prominence. Azimel, the spike of Virgo, traditionally when the moon was in this mansion, it was considered beneficial in the promotion of divinatory studies and clairvoyance, tarot, and the like. When discovered in someone's natal chart, this mansion was said to increase their prudence and their ability to analyze. The Saturn-Venus combination in the mansion produces both a keen ambition and a desire to attain a position of responsibility in life. Both Venus and Saturn are possessive planets and together are usually concerned with material gain and achievement. Conjoined in the sign of Virgo in this mansion, they also indicate an element of perfectionism. If this card is drawn, you have a desire to rise above your station in life. You crave recognition and respect in a traditional sense and wish to be viewed as a pillar of society. This card reminds you that to achieve such a position, you generally have to employ a significant amount of good planning and forethought. So with this being what is haunting you, perhaps you're not exactly satisfied where you are at life, or you feel and believe you should be further along your path. The next card that came out from the Moon Oracle, we have the last quarter waning moon with principles. So with this, I was actually being drawn more to the orb here, right? She has an orb and a scepter in her hand. But it's almost like choosing the right path for you over needing to conquer some sort of legacy here to stay true to one's principles. As the moon squares the sun to make a 90-degree angle, a critical phase is reached in which everything is held in the balance. There is a need to explore the basic principles under which you have been working in order to maintain a viable financial equilibrium. So we are going to dive into the Capricorn's energy of the principles card. It is an Earth moon, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I do want to dive into Capricorn because this card is speaking of Venus and Saturn is Capricorn's ruling planet. So you are forced to look at the principles on which the project you are involved in is founded in order to push a delicately balanced situation in the desired direction. So now, with the astrological events surrounding this energy at this time, we have the card of conjunction. A conjunction is when two planets are within 0 to 3 degrees of each other within the same exact sign. This major aspect is like mega superglue between the two planets. Conjunctions are no joke. They can be really intense since the two planets are sharing a small space. If the planets have complementary energies, this can be beneficial. Otherwise, this supercharged aspect can be a difficult one to navigate. So the conjunction is bringing two energies together. Perhaps this is two energies that are very similar in vibration. Then we have the energy of the sextile. This major aspect occurs when planets or points are 60 degrees apart. A sextile indicates harmony, cooperation, and friendly vibes. For instance, the sign Pisces is sextile to Taurus. So if someone has Mercury in Taurus and Mars in Pisces on their chart, this sextile aspect would indicate that those planets are working together in a pleasant, mutual, stress-free relationship. So now we have Ceres. Ceres is the largest asteroid between Mars and Jupiter. In Roman mythos, Ceres is known as the goddess of the crops, bringing abundant gifts and nourishment. Ceres is also associated with fertility, feminine cycles, and the seasons. Her daughter, Persephone, is taken to the underworld by Pluto for 6 months every year. While she's gone, Ceres goes into mourning. the dark and barren fall and winter seasons. And she rejoices when her daughter returns, the fruitful months of the spring and summer. Ceres' warm and loving energy represents nurturing, planting, and healing. Wherever this asteroid appears, it should bring soulful rewards to you. Her daughter Persephone, it's interesting. We have Ceres as the mother of Persephone, and yet I did another reading the other day looking it up, and it actually said Demeter was the mother of Persephone. Persephone, or Persephone, however it's pronounced, she gets trapped in the underworld for 6 months of the year by eating pomegranate seeds offered to her by Hades. But Ceres was the goddess of agriculture, farming, and a host of other things which are related to or symbolized by crops. She was the goddess that directly ensured that the people had something to eat. Without the Roman goddess Ceres' good graces, winter and famine were upon the Romans. So this definitely could be a time. There could be the birth of a pregnancy here. There could even be the haunting of one. I'm just kind of seeing the orb and the sphere very kind of like genitalia based, almost two opposites coming into conjunction, right? Creating a third with this Ceres energy. So that's obviously not going to apply to everyone, but for some of you, there could be some issues with a child or like an ex-lover that you may have conceived. There could be this energy of the haunting being like a miscarriage. This could even be the missing of one's partner that you created a child with. Again, that's not going to resonate with everybody out there, but for some cancers, that is what I'm picking up here. So you have this conjunction, Ceres and the sextile. So there's like definitely this fruitful opportunity, especially if you follow through with your principles. And what you have yet to acknowledge, the essence of the circle, unification, interconnectedness, and a sense of continuum is what this card implies. The circle reminds us we are all one. Dancers in a unified, continuous, inclusive circle. This card reminds us of the cycles of life and the evolving self, ever changing and always connected. Human, spirit, nature, the cosmos are all intrinsically connected. Spirit's invitation for you, we have the holy mountain, which can be a call to meditate and connect with the divine. The holy mountain invites you to go on a sacred pilgrimage to acquire vision and perspective. First, you must accept the present situation as an opportunity to discover higher understanding. Find a sacred altar where others who came before you have prayed and found wisdom, and make your offering there. Make a commitment to walk with courage, love, and compassion until you see with clarity the perfection of all. And last but not least, we have the medicine, the tree of life. It's interesting, we do have these two trees intertwining together, right? Coming together, you do have this influence, if you follow through with your principles, this conjoining or conjunction of energies. What nutrients do you need to add to your soil to grow strong? The seed of the oak will not grow on barren ground or without the light of the sun. What dreams do you want to awaken to create a mindful destiny? Reflect on how you want to blossom, the kind of fruit you want to produce, and where you want to sow your new seeds. Be a conscious creator. So I was being guided by Spirit to add up the numbers of your cards here. So we have 8, 25, and 58. So 8 plus 2 plus 5 plus 5 plus 8 equals 28. 28 reduced, 2 plus 8 would be a 10. So 1 plus 0 is a 1. So this is connecting me to numerology number 1. Obviously house number 1, which is Aries, which is all about the self. So your energy is important at this time. We also have life path number 1. So life path, if you have a life path number 1, this message is for you. You can figure out your life path by adding up the numbers of your birth date. So the month, the year, and the day. Keep adding the numbers until you get a single digit, unless you end up with a master life path number, which would be 11, 22, or 33. So a life path number 1, you are a purposeful and a goal-oriented person who has a lot of determination and dedication to reach your goal. Such is the power of your zest to achieve something in life with hard work and resolution. You put your heart and soul into accomplishing your goals. Now, numerology number 1, if you don't have a life path number 1, the numerology number 1 are fiery and fiercely independent, competitive, determined, value their freedom, are original, have leadership qualities, are self-reliant. Number 1s can accomplish whatever they set their minds to. So the life path and the numerology are kind of very similar energies. So that is the number that is coming through that you have yet to realize with the mystical shaman oracle. The energy of your rebirth at this time. The first card, we have Land, Flower, and Moon, number 73, from the Shaman Durek Alchemy Elementals. A lot of people confuse vulnerability with weakness, which means a lot of people get it really wrong because nothing could be further from the truth. An open heart doesn't fear pain, and an open heart doesn't need to wear armor to hide or protect itself. Allow yourself to delve deep into your vulnerability and to share it with others. Be with the pain that lives inside of you and allow it to express and to release. Cry and let the tears cleanse your spirit, knowing that the process is renewing your essence and purifying your soul. Allow others into your pain and into your emotions, while welcoming theirs into your own heart. Open your heart to your tribe so that they can see the fullness of you. Be gentle with yourself, dear one, for this is a tender territory you are choosing to tread. Hold your vulnerability and others' vulnerability with grace and with respect. It takes great courage to share your feelings with others. So that is your deepest strength, right? Cancer's energy can be a very emotional sign, but they don't always show those emotions. They're actually very good at times at hiding those emotions. So hiding them kind of makes you feel strong, right? But by expressing your emotions, you're actually showing that vulnerability, which is where your true strength actually resides, from the inside. Now we have the Sky Lightning of Earth with this Buck's energy here, number 7. So there's definitely this energy coming in through the divine. I see this with the lightning hitting the Buck's antlers, right? His crown of glory. He is getting wisdom and guidance from the universe, which did come up with your invitation, right? You have this holy mountain, which is a call to connect to the divine, to the heavens above. You have manifested many blessings, and you have healed a lot of issues that once held you back. You live an abundant life filled with friends, wisdom, opportunities, and sensual delights. And it is wonderful that you have come to this place of prosperity and empowerment. But for these blessings to be truly claimed, you must share them. Share your blessings, my love. Give of your amazing self to your community. It is important to give back to your tribe and to share your essence and your gifts with those who like to be served by your support. Your attention and your service will lift their souls and warm their hearts. This is true success. Well, that's kind of interesting going back to this energy, right? A position of prominence. And it's almost like it's not necessarily money, fame, and power that's going to get you where you want to be in that heart space. It's actually your compassion for others and you're willing to assist. Now we have the Land Cave Star. I'm getting this energy of like understanding other people's journeys and paths through exploring your own journey and path, your inner realms. Your trust in the unseen and the faith you have given to the mysteries unfolding in your favor as you waited through the darkest of hours have brought you here, to a place of great rewards. The spirits are singing your praises, for you were brave enough to trust in the unknown. You found bliss in the darkness and found kinship among the shadow spirits by honoring them along your journey. What was once a realm of darkness and trepidation is now decorated with shimmering jewels and beautiful gems, glistening totems marking your successful efforts to bring beauty and surrender to where fear once ruled. You have overcome so much, my love. Now is the time to reap the rewards of your newfound freedom and of the inner peace and graceful resilience that will enrich your life for the rest of your years. Well, that is quite beautifully wonderful, right? Next we have water, waterfall, and star. There's almost this energy of like feeling abducted but then being released. It's card number 39, so I'm getting Pisces energy, right? House number 12, which is all about our undoing as well as our awakening. So breaking down what is false to get to the truth of who we actually are. You have no fire in your reading. You have 2 earth, 1 water, 1 air. So I'm just kind of noticing it's almost like perhaps, I mean, there's a lot of grounded, stable energy in your rebirth here with these 2 earth cards, right? Stable. The buck or deer is connected to being sure-footed, knowing the right steps to take. With the stars energy, you may be kind of like almost guided by the stars, but there's no fire coming out in your reading, which is I'm actually getting a good thing, because it's almost like if there's too much fire, you may lose yourself in chaos. So it kind of needs to be like the inner fires have kind of calmed and died down a bit, so that you understand your footing and your placement on this journey. Your purity of spirit and heart-based actions have not gone unnoticed. Your sacred presence is known and cherished by many, by those whose hearts you've expanded and whose cups you've filled with your generosity, your integrity, and your love. Bask in the knowingness that you are seen and that you are appreciated. Well, that's kind of what it was haunting you, right? Needing recognition of some sort of validation, like I was here. It's bringing up the song, I think it's called I Was Here by Beyonce. You may want to listen to that song. It may resonate with you on a deeper level, right? Feel the acknowledgement, receive the adoration. So this is the divine letting you know that you are truly a blessing of this earth. You have a lot to offer, you have a lot to give, and the divine thanks you for all of the energy you have put into others. Allow yourself to be recognized for the truth of your spirit and the unconditional love that you emanate. This love that is pouring into you now is a reflection of your own greatness, dear one. The more you are able to take in, the more you serve your community by modeling graceful receiving and the expansive power of love. So that is quite beautiful. I was feeling called to pull you a card from the Oracle of the Unicorns, which I wasn't actually using this deck for these readings, but yours wanted to come through, or a unicorn wants to come through for you. We do have this energy of innocence. Take time to play, nurture your inner child, and live with a childlike sense of wonder. Getting back to this time of innocence. What is the unicorn guiding Cancer through their rebirth? Unicorn energy guiding Cancer through their rebirth, please. Unicorn energy guiding Cancer through their rebirth at this time. I mean, Rebirth, reinvent yourself, give life to your dreams, and create a new reality. So, I mean, what better unicorn guide could you ask for than the unicorn of rebirth itself in your rebirth? Are you willing to let go of everything you are not in order to become who you really are? It's kind of getting that energy with this waterfall star, right? The winged unicorn urges you to shed the false identities your ego has trapped you in so you can emerge as the true divine you. It is your time to blossom and let the world see your inner beauty like the unfurling petals of a radiant rose. Your soul is calling for this reinvention by surrendering your old stories and changing your perception of yourself. Deep down, you know who you truly are and the potential you hold. It is time to release anything that is not in alignment with your truth. Let your old life crumble and fade to make space for you to powerfully create a new reality of your choosing. You no longer have to be the person others want you to be. You no longer have to limit your life to what you feel is responsible or possible. You can more easily create your bigger dreams once you embody your true self. The winged unicorns will help you when your ego fights and resists this change. They will hold you in love as you undergo a beautiful metamorphosis into your most magnificent self. So that's very much this Pisces energy. That's where I was getting it from. This 12, right? 39. 3 plus 9 is 12, which is the house of Pisces, which is the house of self-undoing and self-awakening. Releasing the old and birthing in the new and divine. So house number 12 in Pisces is connected to your spirituality, transcendence, karma, sacrificial service, and healing. Your house Cancer is house number 4. Cultural and family roots, home, peace, and comfort. This is the Heavenly Bodies Astrology Oracle. So with that coming through, our home, our families, our environments that we grow up in and adapt to, they all have a way of shaping us, right? But this may have not shaped the truest version of you because you have adapted to the circumstances around you. Now it's like through your rebirth, you are free to release this energy and create the dreams of your reality. So what you have control over, the first card out we have the Emperor. So the Emperor is connected to Aries energy, that initial input and strength. He is pointing to a conch shell. So your strength may be found in subliminal messages type of meditation readings through energy or sound vibrational frequencies. This will help ground and stable your energy to bring a sense of calm. So if you're ever feeling like in this energy of like anxiety or panic or just kind of like back and forth all over the place, make sure to take time to just listen to some soft, relaxing music that'll help kind of calm and soothe your soul. The next card we have the 5 of Cups, which is a card of sadness, of grief, of loss of some sort. So you definitely may be still healing through this time, through some grief and loss, but there are still beautiful treasures for you on your path here. Even though you may be going through a hard time, there's still more to come. There is kind of like this guiding light through the storm of chaos and sadness. So to follow that. But what you do have control over is your emotions. And what that means with the Emperor is being strong enough to actually face those emotions and start working through them. Now we have the 9 of Wands. So the 9 of Wands is a card of hard work, determination, a bit of struggle here, right? But this card is letting you know that you are more than capable and definitely strong enough to get through this energy. So keep going, keep working on what needs to be worked out through your emotional vulnerability. Now we have the Hermit's energy. So the hermit's energy is all about finding time in solitude, being alone to process one's thoughts, feelings, emotions. And by doing this, you understand yourself on a deeper level and can offer that light to others. You can offer a guiding light to other people through your own experiences. Then we have the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords can be messages coming in. You can choose how to respond to such messages. But this could be a new insight, a new perception coming in from the divine, from your inner exploration here with the Hermit's energy. You may get a new truth or clarity or understanding of something on a different level, a perspective shift. So you definitely have control over what is coming in and how you respond to it at this time. There may be a lot of like energies, emotions that are kind of bubbling up, but take them kind of one at a time and work with them, sit with them, and understand your own pain through the experience. Your pain is valuable. It's there for a reason. It's showing that your heart does still beat in essence, right? With the Emperor's strength, he is letting you know that this needs to happen so that you can come through the other side healed from a more balanced emotional state. You've got this. Now, what is on the horizon with your future fortune? We have the Knight of Wands, which can represent determination, energetic, impulsiveness, and passionate. So that's kind of interesting, going back to your rebirth, how I was saying you have a land, air, water, and land element, right? There was no fire really coming out, and yet in your rebirth, this rose almost looks like it's a flame, right? So this is like almost the stirring and awakening of your passion after you have gone through your rebirth here. So that's quite beautiful. You may be charged up, ready to go, excited for life again. Then we have the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles, I'm picking up two things. One thing, it could be a stable, grounded, mature person that comes in to offer some sort of balance. Could be connected kind of to this Emperor's energy, doesn't have to be. The other thing I was getting is that you are actually coming into this energy. So the King of Pentacles is kind of a mature, masculine energy of his physical reality, which is much what the Emperor actually depicts, right? Feeling grounded, stable in your physical body and reality. So this definitely, it's almost like what is haunting you soon won't even matter, because you will achieve your goals, which should come through with the life path and numerology number 1 of actually meeting the goals that perhaps you fear you won't. Now we have the Chariot's energy, which is your card, Cancer. So the Chariot can be all about getting our inner stuff worked through, working through our emotions, our mental processes, our spiritual connection, and bringing that healed vibration into your physical reality. So you did have that coming through with the Hermit, right? Exploring your inner subconscious realms, or even conscious realms, but this is like meditation, self-awareness, right? Bringing that in, and then you can apply it to your physical world, maybe even offering that advice to other people. In the future, you're bringing your masculine and feminine energies into balance, into alignment, so that you can move forward on your dedicated or chosen path. The Chariot, connected to Cancer, represents willpower, determination, and self-assurance in any challenge. The Charioteer reminds us to be steadfast and exude self-control in situations that arise in order to ensure victory over many obstacles. Conquest, control, victory, and motivation. So with that, the Chariot's almost combining these two energies, right? Like the Knight of Wands can be determined and passionate, but it can also be impulsive, where the King of Wands is mature and wise and takes a grounded and stable approach. So perhaps finding the opportunities for that balance. Like sometimes you need to take the risk. Other times you're going to get this inner knowing, like, no, I need to play this smart. I need to do things by the book to achieve a goal, right? It's finding that equilibrium between the two, which will give your journey, your path, this kind of like excited but also sure-footed hold in front of you so that you move with passion and purpose. Now we have the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is slow and steady progress. It's much like planting crops, right? And you did have that coming through with Ceres energy. Planting seeds, crops, tilling the soil, watering the crops. It takes a while for crops to grow, right? It takes nurturing, caring, acknowledgement, assistance. So this Knight of Pentacles really is letting you know that as you go through your emotions, as each step of your path appears, to take a slow and steady approach. You don't always need to rush in or charge in. Then we have the Three of Pentacles, and I do love that the Three of Pentacles is coming out here because we actually have a lot of people kind of on the board here. We have the Knight of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Chariot in between. The Chariot represents two energies driving the chariot with the driver, right? So in the future, there definitely could be new people on the horizon, a lot of new energies coming in to help you obtain your goals. The Three of Pentacles it's a card of working and collaborating with others. This could be a card of starting your own business. It is a card of knowing when you need to seek out advice to collaborate with others. So this may be if you're trying something but you're not experienced in it, you may have to look for somebody or call on somebody that has some sort of experience in that field to advise you on the situation. This could be, you may be hired for projects if you have your own business, right? The Three of Pentacles is all about working with and collaborating with others, usually in more of like a career or business type situation. So that is what is coming through in the future with you. We have some very grounded, stable energy. I'm just noticing we have two earth elements again here. We have this father and kind of like son type of energy. This may even be like a returning to youth, because you have this Knight of Wands, fire, passionate, brave, and then you have this King of Pentacles, which is very like wise, mature, probably doesn't make as many mistakes as he does fortunes. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles, which is slow and steady, grounded. You may weigh the pros and cons, but it's almost like you may even go from being like rigid and stuck into one perspective and shifting your focus and being open, having this kind of novice mindset, which is what the Three of Pentacles does actually speak of. It speaks of people of different skill sets. So you could have somebody wiser than you, and you could have somebody kind of naive. And this could represent your energy as well in the future, both being the wise one and the naive one. There's kind of this balance. You don't know all the answers, but you don't need to know all the answers. You're still moving forward with almost like this hopeful vibration, excitement for the journey ahead. So that is quite beautiful. So for your closing message, your animal spirit guide, we have two that wanted to come out. The first one is the hawk. So the hawk is the all-seeing messenger of divinity. And I do love this card because it's almost like coming out of a time of darkness, right? Coming out of this grief, sorrow, and this time of hibernation, or you will be soon enough, coming back into lighter and brighter days. But this could be you could be receiving messages from the divine. So watchful, all-seeing messenger of divinity. The sharp eyes of the hawk watch our every move. This keen-eyed bird has the ability to see every little detail as well as the bigger picture. I was getting this image the other day a lot of times, like with the hawk and the eagle spirit, it'll tell you to zoom out, like you may be too hyper focused on situations. But it's kind of like with a camera too. That's actually where I got the connection, was from another reader's reading. Her camera was like adjusting through the reading, right? So it's almost like when you're too hyper focused, if you zoom out before zooming back in, it'll actually clear the picture so you'll see more of the details and understand. When this card appears, fate has its eyes on you and the winds are shifting. It is said that the hawk carries news upon its wings and is sent from divinity itself to deliver it. The message should not be taken lightly. Though it may seem small or insignificant, it will eventually redirect your course. The hawk definitely is kind of one of my spirit animals. I see the hawk a lot. I live in southern Alberta, and the hawks, I mean, they fill the skies. We have more hawks than eagles out here, so I definitely have a connection to them. When in balance, they see clearly and intuitive. When out of balance, you may see too much and become suspicious. So if you find yourself obsessing or overly analyzing, you're seeing too much, and you could create a lot of static within your own head because you're almost creating too much sight. Like you could be almost the energy of paranoia. So you'll know if that energy is off balance, if you're obsessing over something too much. To bring into balance, a perspective shift. So maybe a call to see from another's perspective. It may be a call to focus your attention somewhere else for a time to ground your energy. The second card that comes out, we have the Cosmic Egg, which I love because this is connected to the crown chakra. We did have this buck here, right? And I see his antlers as the crown, getting divine intelligence, which is exactly what the crown chakra does. When you open the crown chakra, you bring in light from source, codes, downloads, intuition, messages. Same with the Holy Mountain, which was your invitation from Spirit to connect to Source, to the divine. So the Holy Mountain is all about getting as close as you can to the heavens to hear their guidance. So you can obviously do this on an actual mountaintop, or you can do this simply through meditation. You may wish to do it in nature itself to connect with the divine. Probably no better place to be than to be kind of like isolated alone somewhere in nature, to take some deep breaths and just listen to the winds and what they have to say. But the Cosmic Egg represents completion, harmony, the infinite within the finite. The Cosmic Egg is the final card in the Journey of the Animal Spirit deck, and it represents the unfolding of cosmic consciousness. This state emerges after we have tread the path for quite some time, and through self-effort and grace, we experience self-realization. You did have this, what is in your control is your effort, right? A sense of contentment and oneness spontaneously arises within us, and the veils of our self-limiting beliefs are lifted. When the essence of the cosmic egg has not been activated, we may feel as if we will never get there, or that we travel alone, disconnected from others. Even if our encounter with this card is brief, appearing as a momentary glimmer or flash of interconnectedness, its potent energy stays with us. The cosmic egg is a remedy for the fragmentation of modern life. It's through the power of this card that we are reminded of the cosmic contract written at the beginning. We hold on to life, and life holds on to us. The journey is complete, but it does not end. The Cosmic Egg and the seventh chakra. The subtle essence of the cosmic egg resides at the crown chakra, at the top of the head, called Sahasrara. One of the aims of yoga and meditation practice is to channel energy from the base of the spine upward toward Sahasrara. Each of the 6 lower chakras plays an important role along this journey, and once the final epicenter of consciousness is activated, it is said to radiate the light of 1,000,000 suns. Kind of explains this picture here. It's almost like a giant sun illuminating from your connection to divine source, the crown chakra. We have this circle card, which I drew an image a long time ago. It's actually in my deck, the Raven's Song Oracle that I have for purchase. I will have the link in the description box. But it's actually the Eye of the Prophet, the 8-pointed star, which is quite interesting, right? You have this messenger of divinity itself, prophecy. There, you may get glimpses or insights into something through this crown chakra activation. You may actually become a prophet yourself, fully expanding into your fully realized self. So the crown chakra is all about spiritual connection and transformation. It lifts and inspires you, connecting you to the divine. You might call this angelic energy, the source, or God. The chakra also gives you a sense of your own divinity, the awareness that you are a soul in a human body. So I would suggest working with your crown chakra this time through meditation. You can work with opening, healing, attuning. There are lots of meditations on YouTube for chakra healing energies. If you're curious, feel free to do some research. I'm not going to stop you from looking into it before you jump in, but the crown chakra definitely is coming up for you to open up to your connection to the divine. So for the last message, I am going to pull you a card from the Language of Flowers. What is the closing message for Cancer? I just kind of want to bring these a little more together. So I am getting this almost like Quetzalcoatl energy, just because there is something about bringing these energies closer. And if you bring them together, you would have a snake with wings, right? Is kind of the image, which I believe is what Quetzalcoatl would be. It's almost, there's almost this evolution here from ground to air. Like you're bringing these elements together. I'm kind of getting the image of the tree, actually. Like I would see the hawk as more the branches, the snake is more the roots, right? Balancing these energies, you come into alignment. Kind of like as above and so below. I do want to look up Quetzalcoatl because I can never remember what his energy is. And I want to say he's like the creator of life or something. Who is Quetzalcoatl? A weird name. Quetzalcoatl, feathered serpent or plumed serpent, is the Nahuatl name for the feathered serpent deity of ancient Mesoamerican culture. In Mesoamerican myth, Quetzalcoatl is also a mythical creature hero from whom almost all Mesoamerican peoples claim descent. God of rain, science, agriculture, and much more. His name means feathered serpent in Nahuatl, the Aztec language, and he was depicted as a combination of a green quetzal bird and a serpent. The inventor of books and the calendar, and the giver of the maize of corn to mankind, and sometimes a symbol of death and resurrection. Quetzalcoatl was also the patron of the priest and the title of the twin Aztec high priestess. It's kind of this twin energy coming out. This could be like a, like, I don't know if I want to call it the twin flame energy, but it kind of like is like a twin flame vibration. This could even be, it could be balancing your light and shadow bodies within you, obviously through your shadow work, but we did have this energy of following your principles with this conjunction and the sextile, which definitely could be connected to, finding or connecting to somebody on like a really balanced level, like you kind of share similar ideas or purposes, if that makes sense. I'm very much getting that energy. From the language of the flowers, we have the Peruvian lily. Strength. More effort will get you what you want. So it's almost like with this energy of the scepter, promise, recognition, stature, and placement in life, feeling stable, grounded, productive, useful in a sense. I'm getting very much the Eight of Pentacles energy, which is basically asking you to keep putting in the work, keep doing what you're doing, keep progressing forward, but stay true to your principles, because if you don't, there could be a tower moment. So if you cheat and lie to get ahead in the world, it's almost like going to come back and bite you in the ass with this this snake of the cosmic egg, this Quetzalcoatl energy. But Quetzalcoatl it's interesting coming out with Ceres energy, right? Because she is the goddess of crops. And then you have Quetzalcoatl, which brings the rain to the crops to help them grow. So there may be an opportunity that somebody comes along that really can help nourish your path, whether it's love or business, to help build your strength. So take of that what you will. I will leave the reading there. I hope it resonates. If it does, please feel free to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Many blessings. Live, love, and light. Take care.